Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Thursday, January 16th, 2020. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. 7 divisions were among 19 exemplary nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis who were invested with the 29 National Honours Awards for their exceptional contribution to the development of the Federation at an investiture ceremony held by His Excellency Governor General Sir Tapley Seaton on Wednesday, January 15th at Government House in St. Kitts. The Companion Star of Merit was awarded to Augustine Merchant for agricultural development in service to the nation. Dr. Calvin Hazel for spiritual development and advancement of our people. Bishop Joseph Henville for relation and community development. Erskine Edwards for public service and diplomacy. And Bruce Skerritt for music locally, regionally, and internationally. Recipients of the Medal of Honor were Antonia Liebert for culture, Everett Webber Herbert for broadcasting, Lester Blackett for sports, Erlyn Maynard for education, Alice Swanston for education and community outreach, Marilyn Gishard Bertie for education and religion, Yvette Slack for preschool education and community activism, Arabella Nisbet for farming, Anthony Evelyn for ongoing efforts to enhance the cause of building contractors, Julietta Martin for performing arts in the area of dance, Oswald Elliott for education, and Michael Stokes for musical production and artistry. Elflyn Miko Warner and Angeline Bevan received the Member of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire MBE in the areas of calypso music and education and national service, respectively. The honorees were awarded in keeping with the National Honours Act No. 19 of 96. The National Honours Act provides for the Star of Merit, the Medal of Honour, and the Order of National Hero to be awarded to any citizen of St. Christopher and Nevis who renders distinguished and outstanding service to the nation. Present at the ceremony were members of Cabinet as well as other senior government officials, family members of the honorees, and other specially invited guests. Members of Urology Associates who will be facilitating their 14th prostate cancer screening in Nevis this weekend say what is most rewarding about the exercise is that they are making a significant difference in the population. The free prostate cancer screening clinic will take place on Saturday, January 18th.
Our target age group for prostate cancer screening is going to be men between the ages of 40 and 75 or so. And for men that do have a family history of prostate cancer, it's probably reasonable to start screening about the age of 35. We're trying to look for men who have enough longevity in them that if we do find the disease, that it's going to be worthwhile to treat it. So that's sort of the screening population that we want to target.
The mothers, the wives, the sisters who are listening, you play a critical role in bringing those folks out. I don't know if clearly we haven't reached every man between the age of 40 and 75 in Nevis. Many of them, yes, but so that would be one goal, is to get more people out, especially those who have never been screened before. For someone who comes every year, let's say they're in their 10th year of screening, and we find something this year that we haven't found in years past, well, there's an excellent chance that that particular individual is going to have an early stage cancer. Because all these years leading up to this year, they've been fine. And that's the key in being consistent and coming every year. For those of you who show up to get this screening, please take it upon yourself to make sure you get your results. Calling in, there is a number to call, is my understanding, even calling in within a couple of weeks from the screening, just to know that you were okay. You may not have to know and memorize the number that is associated with your PSA, for example, but just to know you're good. We'll see you next year. That's what you need to hear.
We try to make the process as efficient as possible for everybody to get in, get their blood work done, and get out. But as well, while you're there, all the men who are there for the same reason. So it's a great opportunity to speak to your friends and other men on the island who are going through the same thing, to ask about prostate health, other medical conditions, and things that are going on, and just to be aware of sort of your medical conditions and what you have to do for the screening.
The team of urologists is led by Dr. Dwayne Thwaites, who initiated the exercise back in 2006.
Late-stage prostate cancer, very unusual now in the Federation, and if it is, it's because they don't come out to screen. So these kind of things are important to us as physicians. I'm disappointed a lot when I see someone who comes in, and we've been doing this for 14 years, it's free, who comes in who have late-stage disease who, like, you heard about the screening? Yeah, so how come you never came? I'm busy, I had no time for this. And then when they do come in, it's already too late for us to do any kind of intervention that will help them survive longer. So I'm just encouraging everybody to come out. It takes me 3 seconds to do a prostate exam. It's not a very long time. It's very quick. And the reason why we have professionals, people who have been doing this for all their lifetime, is for that reason, so that you won't be uncomfortable.
Registration for the free prostate cancer screening will begin at 6 a.m. on Saturday, January 18th at the occasions at Penny's Estate. 21-year-old Renel Daniel of Westbury has been charged for causing the death of 42-year-old Melissa Lawrence of Newcastle. Following an autopsy on Lawrence's body on Tuesday, January 14, 2020, it was concluded that her death was due to a pulmonary embolism or blood clot in the lungs due to a fractured leg as a result of a traffic accident. Lawrence was one of 4 occupants of a vehicle that was involved in a traffic accident on January 1st, 2020. The accident occurred along the Island Main Road in Cotton Ground. Circumstances are that at about 4:20 a.m., the vehicle was traveling in the direction of Newcastle and collided with a wall when it got in the vicinity of Nelson Spring. The driver and all 3 passengers were taken to the Alexandria Hospital for medical attention. On January 15, 2020, Daniel was charged for the offenses of causing death by dangerous driving, driving without a valid driver's license, and driving without insurance. Still to come.
We recognized that there was an opportunity for us to, as it were, procure some materials from the Four Seasons.
We'll give you the details after this break. Welcome back. The Project Management Unit in the Ministry of Physical Planning and the Environment has begun the process of implementing a project to effectively address the erosion of lands at Fort Charles Headland and the loss of the archaeological site by seawater actions. Fort Charles and its environs have been severely eroded over time by the rise in sea level, a likely consequence of global climate change.
The objectives of the project are as follows. First of all, we want to do an environmental impact assessment for the project. We want to do some designs for the project and develop what we call an environmental strategy. And then finally, of course, the ultimate goal is to provide the protection for the Fort Charles. I want at this point to express sincere thanks and appreciation to the Project Management Unit, who have been coordinating this whole exercise and bringing us to where we are now, and also to publicly thank again the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, and Mr. Martinez Soliman, the UN representative there in Barbados, and his whole team. And also want to express our gratitude to the federal government of St. Kitts and Nevis, who readily endorsed this particular project. And of course, all the various stakeholders, we have been collaborating with the Ministry of Tourism and the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society.
Dr. Ernest Stapleton is the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Physical Planning and the Environment. He also recalled that Minister of Physical Planning and the Environment, the Honorable Spencer Brand, had fruitful discussions with the UNDP representative Martinez Soliman, who visited the site in September of 2019.
I want us to draw our minds back to last year for a bit. That during the reconstruction of the Four Seasons Resort, we recognized that there was an opportunity for us to, as it were, procure some materials from the Four Seasons renovation project, which we would have stored at the site of the Fort Charles. The aim was to place those materials there to have a long-term goal of restoring the facility and protecting the facility. We would have engaged our project management unit headed by the capable Lillian Richards and her team to prepare some documents, and we felt that it was important and necessary to get a good quality team to have oversight of this project. we would have tendered this project for some technical support, and as a result, Smith Warner would have been successful in winning the tender as it regards to providing the necessary technical advice.
Over the past 3 days, Timothy Thwaites of Smith Warner International, a Jamaican-based coastal and environmental engineering firm, and Anne-Marie Goldburn from the Associates Environmental Solutions have been conducting an environmental impact assessment, which is expected to guide the preparation of suitable design measures and mitigations under the Fort Charles Reclamation and Protection Project. Prospective undergraduate and postgraduate students are invited to attend an informational session on opportunities for partial scholarships, student loans without co-signers of collateral, and co-op work opportunities in the United States or Canada. The 1-hour presentation, which will be made by consultant Dr. Randy Glean, will take place at 4:30 p.m. on Monday, January 20th at the Reading Room of the Nevis Sixth Form College. Access to U.S. and Canadian universities with low-cost options for students will be discussed. Persons seeking to pursue bachelor's or master's degrees are encouraged to attend. Graduates from local institutions can be assured of credit assistance to all these institutions. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing.